So victory for Alex Martel with a podium featuring 3 different manufacturers. First Ducati, second KTM, and third Honda. Well, that's good for the MotoGP world because when the manufacturers get closer, the championship becomes even more interesting. Let's not forget that Marc is missing. The strongest of them all is missing. And as they say, when the cat's away, the mice will play. This year, Marc has really decimated the group of riders, winning a world championship with 5 races to go. I think that's something unprecedented in history. That said, a great Alex Marquez, who has proven that he truly deserved his mathematical second place in the World Championship. All in all, he continues to keep a KTM afloat that goes in fits and starts, that probably has few resources and above all, lacks a proper working method, but he is a phenomenon. He really is a phenomenon, and he keeps this ability at a high level. He's the only one who manages to do it. Bastianini manages to do it to some extent, but he has qualifying sessions where he's never in the first 2 rows. And when you start 4th or 5th, then you have to make a comeback from 18th to 6th. What a beautiful race. But you have to settle for these positions, which aren't really suited to him because he truly is a great talent. A rediscovered Mia, well, he's always a world champion. Let's not forget that. A beautiful podium, a podium he wanted, a podium that shows how Honda, even without having a phenomenon on the team, still has phenomenal riders. Ducati has Marquez, Yamaha has Quartararo, KTM has Pedro Acosta. So Honda has some excellent riders. Because I repeat, he's a world champion. He made a good choice with Marini because he knows how to set up the bikes. And Zacco had a good part of the championship. Then he left. Even though he had worked well with engineer Albesiano, who came from Aprilia. And even before that, from Cagiva, they managed, thanks also to the concessions and the investment, to make a very well-balanced bike. They're not far from reaching a certain level, but in my opinion, what's still missing is a truly phenomenal rider. The one struggling a lot, even with plenty of resources, is Yamaha. You can see Quartararo, who used to give 120%. He's also an exceptional talent, but now you can tell he's starting to get frustrated. Now this will happen. V4, the V engine, I don't know. Next year, everyone will be racing with this engine too. Hey, V, we'll see it now in the tests after Valencia. But it will always be a gamble because everything is being done with 2027 in mind. So next year will also be a tough year for Yamaha. They definitely need to, and I hope they do perform better than this year, but it's clear that Fabio isn't happy with the situation. It's a championship that still has some races left. 2 Grand Prix to go, and after Marc got injured, basically, there's a mini tournament that ends in Valencia, and I think that leading this mini tournament since Marc has been out is De Gea. It's a championship that will entertain us in the last 2 Grand Prix, because more or less the level of the riders and the bikes is evening out. And so without Marc, the situation is very fluid. It's hard to tell what's going on. Let's hope that Bagnaia gets out of this tunnel this time, not because of his own fault, but because of a tire puncture when he was very likely headed for the podium. He definitely wasn't going to win, also because together with Belzecchi, they had chosen a different tire from the others. A medium tire that seemed like it would perform better over the distance, but instead the opposite happened. It's a shame, and it's worth pointing out the poor performance of Aprilia, which has never done well on this circuit. However, if they want to go up against Ducati, they need to perform well on every circuit, so that step is still missing. But I'm convinced that Aprilia will get there because with engineer Stralacchini, they'll achieve good results. Guys, we're almost at the end now. Here, the bottles of Prosecco are running low, also because it's so good. I keep saying to drink very responsibly because, as you can see, there are so many accidents on the road. Prosecco is an elixir for a long life. You should be drunk when you get home, in front of the TV, with friends, making a good sandwich, even at lunch. That is, Prosecco is good for all occasions and in all places. I've found as much of it in Malaysia as you want, especially in all the Italian restaurants that put it at the forefront with Prosecco. Cheers to Prosecco, cheers to Italy, and cheers to Italian genius. Long live Prosecco.